Welcome to Tech Confidential's Behind the Money. I'm Mary Kathleen Flynn, and I'm here with Mitch Rothschild, who is the CEO and founder of Vitals.com. And we can start with a little news you've got for us about funding.
Yes, we just received $4 million in funding from a group of four private equity firms: Milestone Venture Partners, Graycroft, Cross Atlantic, and Health Venture Group.
And is this the first time that you've gotten institutional funding?
Pretty much. As founders, we funded it ourselves for a year, and then Health Venture Group came in about a year ago and put some additional money in.
Let's back up a little bit and talk about what Vitals.com does, and you have sort of an interesting story about how you came up with the idea for it.
Sure. Vitals.com, we like to think of it as the eHarmony or Match.com, where we help patients find the doctor that is right for them. And I came up with the idea actually on an operating table. I had torn my Achilles tendon, and I was going in to get it repaired by an orthopedist, and as I was literally on the table, he said to me, "Oh, I'm excited you're here. I don't get to do very many of these." Which seemed like information.
Real vote of confidence.
Yes, it seems like information I should have had beforehand. I went through with the operation. Everything was fine. Still can't dunk, but otherwise things are fine. And I felt that that was information that I and the rest of America should have beforehand about what doctors do best, what their experience is, where they are strong and weak, and which doctor you should be going to for a particular need.
Why is that such a hard question to answer? I mean, as I understand it, your site takes information from lots of different sources. How do you put that together, and why hasn't anyone done it before?
Like many things on the web, the information has been spread out all over the place, and what we do is consolidate it together from tens of thousands of sources regarding the quality of the background. And then we take the information, by the way, and we convert it to quality scores. So you can know the quality of a doctor's background, the quality of their current affiliations, the procedure values they've done, how that compares to other physicians in the area, awards they've won, where their particular expertise, are they board certified. We combine that with consumer reviews, kind of like TripAdvisor, patients who both rate and comment about the physician. And then we have another third piece that is particularly unique, which is doctors who have given reviews over the years about other doctors, and particularly the ones that they have felt are among the best in the field.
There are a lot of other healthcare and medical websites out there, WebMD, for example. How do you see Vitals.com as different from anything else that's out there?
As W.C. Fields once said, do one thing right better than anybody else and America will love you. What we do is not medical information like WebMD or Revolution Health. What we do is help you find the right doctor. And we've got more information on doctors. I think I've been told it's about 1.4 billion pieces of data on America's doctors. And the goal is to help you find the one that fits in with your insurance, is nearby, treats the way what you want, and is of a good enough quality.
You just mentioned Revolution Health, and they're in the middle of a merger with Waterfront Media. How does that change the landscape and affect Vitals.com?
Well, they used to be two, now one of a number of about a half dozen sites that are in the health information field. And we have a couple of partnerships, an ever-growing number of partnerships with firms like that, because when you go on their website to find out about arthritis, the natural next step is to say, well, now let me have a doctor that can help me with my particular type of arthritis. And they come to us, and we serve up the right type of physicians for a particular illness. So whereas we might have had two partnerships 2 weeks ago, now it'll limit itself to one partnership.
Maybe one big healthy one.
Yes.
You know, and I've talked to some of your investors, Todd Petrie and Drew Lipsher, and they both talked about being impressed with your growth. So why don't you fill us in about that, where you started, where you are now, and how you expect to grow in the future? Sure.
Well, it's pretty gratifying. We launched in January of this year, 2008, and entirely through natural search, we've been able to grow to, in September, we had more than 1 million unique visitors, making us, I think, the 1900th largest site on the web.
But who's counting?
Right, well, Quantcast is counting.
Okay.
Really what we're doing is we're tapping into an existing demand. There are 30 million searches each month on Google for doctors by name or doctor types by particular specialty, by geographic location. We try to have enough data to be able to satisfy as many of those queries as possible. So perhaps one day we'll go from our current million to satisfying all of those 30 million. We're growing at about 30% a month now.
All right, we focused so far on the consumer, but before we let you go, why don't you tell us about some of the services for doctors and other healthcare providers that you have in the works?
Sure. Our database is a relational database. It's what we call mashable, and we can slice it up any way we want. So when we work with insurance companies to become the find a provider tool for them, we take only the doctors that are in their insurance set. Or when we do regional relationships with local papers or such, we'll only take the doctors that are in that area. We have one person that's taken one of our widgets that is actually a site for Cuban emigres out of Miami who are diabetics. And the only thing we serve up are endocrinologists that speak Spanish in the Miami area. So
it's very specific and finely grained.
It is, and that's the advantage of having a site that you can really kind of slice up. You know, we try to provide a custom fit in an off-the-rack world for our users.
All right, great. Well, congratulations on the funding.
Thanks.
Mitch Rothschild from Vitals.com. And thank you for watching Tech Confidential's Behind the Money. I'm Mary Kathleen Flynn.